Good afternoon, Mike. We are live.
How we doing?
Good. So today we have our review of a review that Dr. Peter Attia did, and it's cumulative time spent in vigorous physical activity lowers mortality risk.
It does seem kind of self-evident, a vigorous activity, but it's I haven't seen a good review in a while, and this one I really liked and thought it would be great for our listeners. So go ahead and take us away, pal.
All right. So first, it starts off with a couple just basic things, and it basically starts off saying, nearly every proactive health measure, whether it's stress, cardiovascular fitness, whatever, it always includes exercise. And the general excuse of people who don't exercise is they always say they don't have enough time.
Absolutely, that is, and you can vouch for that, Noah. What we hear in our practices is that people say they don't have enough time to exercise. They can't possibly fit another thing in. Absolutely, 100%.
Yep, I'm a full-time student. I'm a working mom. I'm a mom that has two kids. I homeschool. I work 60, 80 hours a week. It is the and this is basically what this article says is that you can reap the benefits of exercise with not a lot of time during the week, but it just has to be a vigorous type of exercise. Not it can't just be walking, even though that's important. You have to really get your level up quite a bit. Um, not crazy, but quite a bit.
Well, and can we break that down? What Peter Attia was saying? What is the amount of time of vigorous exercise that he states is basically the minimal effective dose, Noah?
Yeah. So the quote basically right from the article says minimum effective dose of accrued vigorous physical activity was 15 to 20 minutes per week. But the optimal dose, to the point where beyond increasing activity doesn't make a difference anymore, was about 3 times longer. So it appears if you want to increase your longevity and lower your mortality risk, the amount of accrued vigorous physical activity is about 54 minutes per week. That's it.
And that is the optimal dose, a little under 1 hour. The minimal part of this, which is remarkable, in that when you're talking to our patients, for example, who come in to see us, and let's say they're in their mid 40s, it's 2 minutes to 3 minutes a day. It is not a lot. And let's give people some examples, like what give somebody an example of what that would look like, Noah.
I would say um, you could, if you were on a treadmill, instead of putting it at like a 2 or 3, crank it up to like 8 or 10 and just do that for like 2 minutes.
Yep.
Or if you were on a bicycle, like a stationary bike, oh, you just, I I don't know what pedal speed is, Mike, but you want to really crank it up for a very short period of time, 1 or 2 minutes. Or if you're at a park and there's a big hill or two, walk up and down that hill a couple times and do that for a couple minutes, and that would qualify for vigorous physical activity.
Yeah, and some of the other things, and I think that with a bicycle, you could do increase your revolutions per minute and or increase your resistance on that bicycle. You could do the same thing for an elliptical. You can increase your number of revolutions or increase your resistance. If you're like myself, you walk, you can introduce, as Noah said, I there's some sand dunes near the house, and the dog and I will run those, and do a couple of those sprints, sprint up the hill. And also, we'll do some sprints during our 3 to 5 mile walk per day. That gets the heart pumping. And it's not for an extended period of time. It may be 30-second sprint, and the hill may take 10 to 15 seconds to go up. So I'm not saying you have to go and join a gym and you have to or get all this equipment. These are things you can incorporate into your lifestyle that are easy to do.
You know what I gathered from this article and what we talked about this morning, Mike, is that people we're so starved for physical activity as a society that it doesn't take much exercise to push the needle when it comes to lowering mortality risk or increasing longevity.
Absolutely. The other thing that I've started doing is twice a week I bought a weighted vest. I think it was like $30, and just adding it's between 20 and 40 pounds. It really increases the intensity of the walk, so that really helps as well. And coming out of COVID, we are all starved for activity. Like we people were locked in place for 2 years, 2.5 years. Really important to get these the benefits of being outside, the benefits of walking, running, jogging, sprinting, walking, hiking in nature. All these count, and you when you add just a little bit more to that, it becomes vigorous.
Yeah. Dr. Atia, who we like, who we encourage you to uh, subscribe to his email, summarizes it this way. It says, showing optimal benefits from simply being less sedentary misses out on the diversity of benefits that can be reaped from dedicated exercise, cardiorespiratory fitness, strength, stability, balance. This might do if the goal is simply to live a little longer, but if the aim is to live better, then that's going to require some more dedicated training.
Yeah, and that's the key. To actually live better, not just live longer. And when we've done our in office lectures and we've asked people, we've brought up centenarians, like who here wants to live to 100, and nobody raises their hand because they're thinking, I don't want to live to 100 if I feel this way. Now at 60 or 50 or 40 or 20. Why would I want to live to 100? It's living better, and that's the key.
Yeah, it's great. So, uh, just another simple example of how just a tiny bit of exercise will push the needle in a positive way. So please, guys, if you're not, get out there and exercise. And
Yep,
like Mike said, start out with that 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 minutes a day. That's it, and it'll have a huge benefit.
absolutely.
All right, Mike,
Anything
we're
else?
open. Now, man, we're open today,
Cool.
3 to 6, full staff, and we'll see you guys soon.
Have a great one, guys. Bye.
Bye.